The Powerseeker series of Celestron promises to offer its customers good value for money in terms of the product as a whole. Or do they? Let's find out.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is me, Mubarak Hayat, and this is my niece Shazana, and welcome to our first video.
Have you ever wondered why there aren't many telescope reviews on YouTube? Well, think again. This is our attempt to address that.
So join us in our review of the Celestron Powerseeker 70AZ refractor telescope. So without any further ado, let's get started.
Sports a 70mm objective with a focal length of 700mm, which gives it a focal ratio of f/10. The optical tube is well built and seems to be made up of metal or something of that sort.
It also comes with two eyepieces, a 20mm and a 4mm, the former giving you a magnification of 35x and the latter giving you 175x magnification. Although they aren't the best type of eyepieces, they definitely do their job well. It also comes with a 3x barlow, which as suspected is a cheap one. The 1.25-inch star diagonal, although made of plastic, seems to be well built. Now on to the tripod. When fully extended, it gives the scope an elevation of roughly 1.2 meters. The tripod, although not rock solid, is sturdy for the price. As it is obvious from the name 70AZ, the scope comes with an alt-azimuth mount, meaning it has 2 degrees of freedom in altitude and azimuth. It can move up and down as well as rotate in 360 degrees. The worst part of the scope is its finder. It's your typical 5x24 finder scope, but it is very horrible and difficult to align. Moreover, the aperture has been stepped down and the fragile screws make it even harder to align. If the finder scope was a red dot finder, it would have been way better.
As you would have guessed, the 4mm eyepiece coupled with the 3x barlow would yield a magnification of 525x, which is way higher than the highest useful magnification of the scope, thus making the combination useless. But with the other combinations and when used alone, the 35x, 175x and 105x magnifications of the eyepieces and barlow produce clear and bright images.
The slow motion controls, although not very smooth, helps you in tracking your objects with ease. It may take some time to get used to it, but after that, it really helps you a lot to keep track of objects that are constantly moving. The focuser feels to be smooth, but lacks a fine focusing knob, which is indeed a major annoyance. The scope also comes with an accessory tray, which is positioned in an ergonomic way. Although at times the tray wobbles due to lack of support, it gets the job done most of the time. To be frank, all the adjustment screws felt very cheap and have a very good chance of breaking if not handled properly.
Now let's see what the scope is capable of. Although in theory, the 70mm objective should allow you to see some deep sky objects, it all comes down to your night sky. What we are talking about are the factors like sky transparency, light pollution and many other factors that greatly influence your view. But what we can assure you is that you would have some great time viewing the moon and the planets.
But don't expect to see the planets with utmost detail. If you are an amateur, surely your first view would be a memorable one. But if you are a pro, you won't find it particularly exciting. Don't even think of pushing the scope beyond 250x. However hard you try to focus, what you end up is a useless blur. As advertised, the scope has everything to get you started with amateur astronomy. For comparison, this is the scope which we made from scratch before owning the 70AZ. While comparing the 70AZ to the homemade scope, it's quite obvious that the 70AZ completely outwins the homemade scope. So if you are a person who has a homemade scope and wishes to expand your hobby, or if you are a person who wants to just get started without breaking the bank, then 70AZ is the scope for you. Just like how an audio recording can never do justice about the audio quality of a speaker, a photo can never do justice about what you can actually see using the scope. Anyways, these are few of the photos which we managed to put up. These were shot on an iPhone 5s and were further processed in Registax. Hope you enjoyed. If you wish to know more about the scope, please do let us know in the comments below. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you find this video useful, do share it with your friends. So until next time, clear skies.